I'm Beatriz. I'm from Spain. I consider myself a health coach and a breathwork facilitator, and I've also been an athlete pretty much for my whole life, doing different and practicing different sports. Well, I think that we are not only a body that can perform. Pretty much what it's running ourselves, it's our mind. And it's one of the most important things in order to perform in our daily life and obviously on our sports. So being able to go deeper to who truly I am, my beliefs, it has been an eye-opener to be able to go deeper and to perform better. I was in a point where I've been doing a lot of work towards my mind and trying to understand why do I think the way I do. But it gets to a point where it doesn't matter the tools that you apply to yourself. You need another perspective, or you need someone else that it's that it's on the other side to give you more perspective. So I was in the point where I was doing pretty good with myself, but I was feeling kind of stuck towards my personal growth, and especially procrastination. It's been like a really big thing the last year, and I knew that I needed something that it wasn't me, obviously, that could help me to see it from another view. I was competing in Harrox for the last year, so it's something that before what I did last year, I was doing some races. I was, okay, let's see what this sport is about. And last year, I committed myself to hire a personal trainer and to say, okay, this is going to be my goal for the whole year and see what I can do. But obviously, being an athlete and be committed to a goal, it takes you a lot of energy and it takes you a lot of time. So I got a burnout because of the amount of time that I had to put every single day into that. Because it's not only you going to the gym, you have to go to the gym, but before that, you need to get ready mentally to the kind of training that you have to do. Not only that, obviously it takes a lot of energy when you are training, and also how you recover after that training. And then how you rest, and then the same thing the next day. And not only that, but as I'm living in Bali and I was competing in Australia, I also did some competitions in Europe. You keep going every day until you can't anymore, until you are completely empty. Of course, no doubts. Yeah, and I think it happens more than we think. And actually, I do this because I'm also a personal trainer, and I put myself into situations to understand better my athletes. And I know that from my side, I go to the extremes, but also because I know most people go to the extremes, and a lot of people, they are in the same situation that I am, and I just want to do this for fun. But at the same time, we think that we are real athletes. And for me, every human being can be an athlete. But the way we are doing it and the way that society is telling us to be an athlete, that is probably not the most healthy way. But I wanted to put myself out there to see how it feels to, okay, I'm going to be training 5 days a week, 6 days a week. I'm going to be traveling, and I want to know how this feels, to know exactly what people are feeling, how people are struggling with. Because if it happens to me, then I have the tools to recover. I do a lot of breath work. I have a lot of quality on my sleep, on my nutrition. Wow, I don't want to imagine what people are going through when they don't have those tools. I think we don't really value the capacity of our body. So the body has a huge capacity until it can't anymore. And obviously the mind. Our mind, if you tell the mind to push, it's going to push. And sometimes when your body cannot push anymore, it's your mind that is going to be out there telling that you can't then you can do more. But I think that the main problem we are dealing with is that we don't respect how the body functions. And that's a huge thing in order to perform. We think we need to do more. We always need to put intensity into our workouts, but we really need to be intelligent. And for me, working just with my breathing and working with my mind, that's the big shift that I've done this year. It's been a huge change. It's like maybe I only do 3 trainings where they are intense, but then the rest I'm gonna focus on my mind, my state, and my breathing. Well, I started doing everything. Everything started with mobility training, not what people think mobility training is. That's how it started for me, to start seeing my body from the inside, how our body works towards physiology. And that's when I start working also with my breathing and how breathing affects the nervous system and how it affects, if I go to an end range of motion, how my breathing is going to make it be relaxed. That's more from the science based. And then from there, I've always been a person very curious about energy and how energy influences ourselves and who we are as human beings. And then I started more energetic practices with Kundalini. And at the same time I was doing these kind of practices, breathwork came into my life. So I did somatic breathwork from different perspectives. So breathwork for performance and breathwork for trauma release. And that's the kind of work I've been doing my whole life. But I've always been very, very interested on how the brain works and how are we able to rewire our brain. I've been doing, obviously, I did my master on breathwork, but it was more group sessions. The Kundalini sessions, they were group sessions, but not one-on-one. It's been a huge experience, and in a really, really, really good way. I wasn't expecting anything. It was the moment where I really needed to be held by someone else. So for me, it's been I think it's been the experience that I needed at that moment. And every session I was going with the mind open. It was like if suddenly I had no thoughts, I had nothing. And it was a moment for me to be able to connect towards whatever he felt he needed to lead me. So it's been a very powerful experience. And after every session, it felt more and more lighter. The 3 of them, they've gone in a very similar path, because I think that's where I needed to go. And it's been a really good reminder of where my beliefs were coming from and being able to go deeper into that. Because I've been on those situations before, but the way I've been now, it wasn't on my mind. I could visualize it. I could see the whole picture. But most importantly, I was able to feel those emotions, those situations again in my body, which probably it's something that I didn't do before. I experienced them, but the way I felt them this way, it was very different. So I think it's been going deeper into the process. The power of feeling. The power of feeling, and it was a game changer, and it was a very good reminder from Satyam to connect with your inner child. Like anytime you feel this emotion, talk to your inner child, which is something I know, but yeah, being aware of that and having that reminder, it's been a shift on how I feel now. And towards what I've been working to, that it's the main thing we've been working to. It's been like procrastination and why I feel stuck with that, to gain confidence again in myself, and I can feel more empowered and like, okay, like, let's go. You have the power to do this, so do it, because no one can stop you. Yeah, yeah. And at the end, it all comes from the same place, that it's the way that I've been raised, which is nothing but the comments that I've heard, some experiences that I've lived when I was a little kid. So yeah, so going there, knowing that route, it's been an eye opener. Not really, but it's been more clear. I could really see it, because maybe before it was like, yeah, I know it's a little bit blurry, but I cannot see the whole image. So being able to work with Satyam, it's been like, now it's clear. Whatever was blurry before, now it's a clear image. I'm still in the process, but as I've mentioned before, the main thing that has changed, it's connecting to my power. It's, you have something to share, and no matter what's outside, no matter where you're coming from, which is good to remind always where you come from, but that doesn't define you. And you know your power. You know there is something big that you want to do. So stop believing you cannot, stop believing you are not enough, and through the path you're gonna be able to do it the way you want to do it. Well, I think it's more accepting. The first thing for me has been, okay, I'm thinking this way. This is my belief. Okay, now I understand where it's coming from. So once I accepted, okay, this has been the way I thought, like I'm not enough, or why I'm gonna be doing this if nobody's interested, who I'm going to inspire. And for me, it's been a reminder, you don't do this for anyone. So the first thing is being aware which are the thoughts that they are leading me to believe this and make me procrastinate. And once I've been aware of that, which is the most important thing, obviously there were emotions coming from there, so also to be able to feel them, not to feel guilty for feeling that way. Then to be able to say, okay, if I don't want these thoughts, which are the thoughts that I want in my mind to be 24/7 in order to perform the way I want. So yeah, I truly think that I can change. I can change the way I think, and the way I think, it also makes me change my body. It's on daily basis. I don't think it's easy, because if you want to change a belief, if you say, okay, I'm not enough, and you say to yourself, okay, I'm enough, your body doesn't feel safe. So first you need safety in order to change that belief. And that's when Satyam work comes into place. It's like, first you need to know the root of what is making you believe this, and after that, then you can have the new thought, the new belief. You can feel it in your body, but then obviously that is not only the work. You have to put the work in order to make that happen, which comes with daily habits. The power that I have. It's during the last probably 4 years, I can say, I've been struggling. I've been going through hard situations that probably made me hide the power that I have, and I've been shut down, not because of anyone, but probably yes because of how hard I'm on myself. So being connected to my power, and being connected to my power, with my power without feeling guilty. It might sound stupid, but it's not that easy. It's whenever you are shut down, but you know there is something inside of you, and it's your body that is like, it's like if something is here and it wants to come out. And you know there is something, but you don't know what it is. So it's been like it's something, boom, suddenly has come out, and it's like, okay, now you're ready. Obviously, whatever I've gone through, it was necessary for me. It's been a huge experience. I've learned so much, but now I'm ready for the next one. So connecting with that power. Stepping into my power without feeling guilty. Yeah, we have talents, and we feel bad about our own talents. I pretty much think it's because of how the society is. Like if someone is good, we are thinking about how many people are going to judge our talents. So it makes you feel like, okay, maybe I'm not doing the right thing. Maybe this is not what I'm supposed to be. Maybe I should be stupid, or right, which is just a belief, right? But yeah, like sometimes I've been feeling very guilty about connecting with it and sharing my opinions, sharing my knowledge, which at the end is like we have no idea how many people can benefit for something we want to say, we want to share. And not because you know a lot, but a lot of people, they don't have that power, and it's very hard for them to connect with it. So yes, let's say in one little thing, you can give some light to someone else. And it's not about, oh, I'm someone. I'm no one. But I have an experience, and I think that at the end, humans, it's based on human experience. It's not about who knows the most. It's about if you teach me your experience, if you tell me about it, if I tell you about my experience, that where, wow, we can make a huge thing. And that's it at the end, in my opinion and my experience, that is what is going to make us grow, basically. I did 3 sessions. The main important thing for me has been the way Satyam has been leading the work. So it's been his calmness, his knowledge, but also knowing how to ask the questions and how to lead depending on the answers or whatever I was experiencing, how he was able to do the next question and the next question to go deeper, but at the same time giving me the space whenever I need it. So that's for me has been the most important thing, because normally when you do Kundalini breathwork, at the end is you and yourself, basically, and your body. And yeah, you have someone that is holding the space, but because it's talking but not talking, because it comes from an unconscious, from the unconscious, whatever it's coming through the session. So put it out there, whatever the information that was coming from the unconscious, but then having Satyam leading it the way that he has done it, for me that has been the game changer. But basically, because probably what I needed at this time of my life, it's someone that was holding the space the way he did. Yeah, very very important. At the end, is like, yeah, like we all have the power to heal, okay, and our body has been made for that. But I think that when you are in such a vulnerable situation, because we are, having someone that is guiding you the way that I think it should be done, it makes the process much easier, and you don't feel lonely. Because I think one of the things that happens is that afterwards people feel lonely, and that's a huge mistake. I have to call it mistake. So to be able to have someone that it's with you, that it's guiding you, that is like, hey, I'm here for you, and whatever you're going through, it's okay, it's normal, and having the support from it, for me, it's 100% necessary. And at the end, if you look in life, we are all surrounded by people. Why? Because we need the support. We cannot do it by ourselves. I mean, we can because we handle our situations, but having the right people at the right moment, and in this case, having Satyam exactly where and when I need it, it's a huge difference. So the way I've experienced it, and I could experience it, I was very open at the beginning of the session, so that also makes my nervous system to be super relaxed and to be open to the change. Because obviously if you enter into a session where you are more nervous or you don't really trust. So yeah, that's one thing. If you don't trust the person you have in front of you, or you don't trust the process, obviously the information that your nervous system is going to get is not going to be secure, right? So you're not going to be open. So for me, it was very important the state I was at the beginning of the session, and then I could really feel a shift even more of my nervous system after the session. I could feel completely connected with my parasympathetic nervous system, being super relaxed, and I was able to keep that state during the day. And I could feel the word, and it's something that it's been in my body during the last month. It's been, I feel safe. I feel safe with my body. And at the end, that's what our nervous system needs. Safety. Yeah, you're gonna stress your body, but how? Because when I was doing the sessions with Satyam, obviously my body was going through experiences that it didn't like because of the emotions that I was experiencing. But even though that, I was safe feeling them. And it was okay to go through those stressful events, but then also trusting my body that it really needed to feel those emotions to feel the way I was feeling after the sessions, like lighter, calm, and being able to sustain that in my body and to tell my body, hey, this is safe. This is how you should feel.